Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about holding and subsidiary companies as are defined under the Companies Act 2013. This is the part 1 of our video. So first we'll be studying the basic concept of holding and subsidiary companies. So let's get started. First of all, we will see what are the classification of the companies or the type of the companies on the basis of control. Since by the name itself we can gauge that holding and subsidiary company involves control, that is their definition includes the term control, which is the important aspect. So first of all we'll see on the basis of control how many types of a company can be there under a Companies Act. So, as we can see in our chart, on the basis of control, there are three types of companies. First of all, it is holding company. Secondly, it is subsidiary company. And thirdly, it is associate company. So, as far as associate companies are concerned, we have already dealt with it in our earlier video. You can also refer that. So, today in detail, we are going to study about holding and subsidiary company. So let's move on. We'll first be discussing about the definition of a holding and subsidiary company under the Companies Act 2013. So starting with holding company, Section 2 subsection 46 of the Companies Act 2013 defines holding company. Now here it is to be emphasized that holding company has been defined under the Companies Act with respect to the subsidiary company. So let's first read the definition and then we'll get into it. In relation to one or more other companies means a company of which such companies are subsidiary companies. So here basically holding company has been defined with respect to the subsidiary company, that in relation to one or more companies, a holding company is a company of which such companies are subsidiary companies. So where there is any subsidiary company of a holding company, then it will become the holding of those companies. So it is basically a relative definition. So we'll go with the definition of subsidiary company. So let's see. Section 2 subsection 87 of the Act defines the subsidiary company. So it says that subsidiary company or subsidiary in relation to any other company, that is to say holding company, means a company in which the holding company, first of all the condition is, controls the composition of the board of directors. So it says that a company becomes a subsidiary of another company if that another company has the control over the composition of the board of directors. That is, it can appoint majority of directors on the board of that company. Then that company having such control shall become the holding company of the other one. Or, now there is a or term used here, that if this condition is not fulfilled, if the second one gets fulfilled, then also the two companies will become holding and subsidiary companies. So let's see the other condition. It says that exercises or control more than one half of the total share capital. So it says that if any company, which here is the term is used as holding company, if it exercises or control more than one half of the total share capital of the other company, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiary companies. So it says that a company becomes a subsidiary company of other if that other company exercises or control more than one half of the total share capital. That is, it holds 50% and above of the share capital. In fact, it is more than one half, which means more than 50% of the share capital of other company. If any company is holding, then that company automatically becomes the holding company of that company. But here it is being used either at its own. That if let's take an example. If there are two companies A and B. If A is holding 51% of share capital of B, then A will become the holding company of B. Now, if A is holding it alone, then also it will become the holding company. But if A is holding that 51% along with its other subsidiary, then also it will become the holding company. So it says that not only individually, but if together with one or more subsidiaries, if any company is holding or exercising a control of more than one half of the total share capital of the other company, then the first one becomes the holding company, and that other company becomes the subsidiary company. So it's basically very simple. There are no deviations with the earlier definition till here. So from here we can understand that what are the holding company and what will be the subsidiary company. The one which is exercising that control will become the holding company, and the one over which that control has been exercised will become a subsidiary company. So I hope it is clear till now. Let's move forward. Provided that, now there is one proviso to the section, to the definition. It says that provided that such class or classes of holding companies shall not have layers of subsidiary beyond the prescribed limit. So it says here layer, the word has been used. So layers means that subsidiary of a holding company. So a holding company cannot have layers of subsidiary beyond the prescribed limit. Now here, what is the prescribed limit is the question, but till now it has not been notified. So there could be beyond 2 layers, there cannot be any subsidiary of a holding company, or beyond 3 layers. So this limit has not been prescribed yet. So let's move further. Okay, now we are going to read the explanations that has been given in the definition itself, wherein it says that for the above purpose, a company shall be deemed to be a subsidiary company of the holding company, even if the control referred to in subclause 1 or subclause 2 is of another company of the holding company. So basically here they are talking about the indirect subsidiary. The word which has been used is deemed, which says that a company shall not become the subsidiary company on its own, it shall be deemed to be the subsidiary company. So we are going to take one example wherein we'll take three companies A, B and C. Let's see. So it says that if A is the subsidiary company of B, okay, like A is the subsidiary company of B and A is the holding company of C. So B will indirectly become the holding company of C, because A is having the control over C and B is having the control over A. So B will automatically become the holding of C without having any direct control, as mentioned in subclause 1 or subclause 2 of the definition. So it is here it is talking about indirect subsidiary, which also falls into its ambit. So let's move further. So, second explanation here is the composition of company's board of directors shall be deemed to be controlled by another company if that other company, by exercise of some power exercisable by it at its discretion, can appoint or remove all or majority of the directors. So here the important keyword is discretion. That is, if any company has such power that it can on its will appoint or remove either all or majority of the directors of the other company, then it shall be deemed to have the control over the composition of board of directors of the other company. So again, it shall be deemed to be the holding company if it is having such power which it can exercise on its own will or own discretion, and by that power it can appoint or remove all or majority of the directors, then it will become the holding subsidiary company. Let's move further. It says that company word the company includes any body corporate. So now body corporate has also been defined under Companies Act 2013, wherein it says that body corporate includes any company incorporated outside India. So it says that company includes a body corporate. So it means that an Indian company can be a holding or subsidiary company of any company which is incorporated outside India, because the company word includes a body corporate. Okay, so it's basically a wider term. The company doesn't only includes the company incorporated in India, but also those company which are incorporated outside India, because it includes body corporate. So let's move further. Layer. Now it says that layer in relation to a holding company means its subsidiary or subsidiaries, which we have already discussed. That a layer means subsidiary of a holding company. So I think we should move forward. There was a clarification in this regard, that if a company is holding shares in another company in fiduciary capacity, that is in trust capacity, trustee or beneficiary capacity, then in that case it shall not be counted for the purpose of determining the holding subsidiary relationship. It was the clarification issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs via its circular, and it was dated 27th December 2013. You can also refer, the circular number has been mentioned here. I hope the concept of holding and subsidiary company is very much clear, because it is not that tough. But there are few points which I have not mentioned in the presentation, which I am going to discuss right now. There are few points that have to be considered. Like it says that if any company has one or more subsidiary companies, then that company has to prepare the consolidated financial statement along with its standalone financial statement. So this is the more compliance that a holding company has to do. Secondly, if there is any subsidiary company of a public company, then it shall for all the purpose be deemed to be the public company. So all the privileges of the private company ceases if a company becomes the subsidiary of a public company. Now, thirdly, there is one more thing that needs to be specified here, that a subsidiary company cannot hold shares of the holding company. It is in itself a different topic which we are going to deal it in our other video, that is the part 2 of this holding and subsidiary company. So I hope till now it is very much clear, the concept of holding subsidiary company under the new act, under the Companies Act 2013, and few practical details about the holding and subsidiary company. So let's wind up with this video, and I hope you have liked this video. If yes, then please like and subscribe. Our YouTube channel is PH Webgyan Videos. Please do not forget to share and comment on this video, as your comments are valuable. So please, thank you.